We're good. What's good, everybody? It's Batman, and I got Ken Rock with me. As always, you guys know the vibes. We are going to be doing an interesting reaction. It is to a guy called Karma and Buddha. I've never heard of the guy, but apparently he's also a Naruto YouTuber as well, and some Boruto stuff as well. So he has plenty of videos. Just kind of putting that out there. So if you guys want to check out all his stuff and give him all the love and support, he has like a lot of interesting video topics, a lot of interesting stuff. And what's also really nice is they're all really short, really short. Not really even long videos either. So it's really interesting. It's plenty of content, and it just looks like really good and goated stuff. So yeah, if you guys want to check him out, give him any love, support, whatever, blah blah. Check him out, whatever you name it. Let him know what you think. And basically, we are going to check out to where originally we were going to check out a video that was where it was called the most biased Naruto video on YouTube, and shame on SWAGKAGE. Basically, kind of like him giving his thoughts on Swag's video when Swag was with Seth about Minato versus Tobirama and why it was kind of like ass, I guess, And while I was about to click that video, then I came across to where apparently 6 debunked him. And so he's debunking 6's debunk to the video that he originally made, which is funny. And I felt like, why shouldn't I debunk all the debunk to the debunk, As crazy as that sounds. So I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. And I got Ken here with me, so you guys already know the vibes. He'll give all his thoughts and different takes if need be. And this is going to be interesting. It's about 2 minutes extra. It's 2 minutes more longer than the original video. So I'm assuming all the original shit should be in here as well from the other video. We'll check that one out just in case, but I don't think it's gonna be different. I really don't. Hopefully not, but like I said, I'll check it just in case for you guys too. So we're gonna start the video and let's get it.
I said, also, I'll clear up any misunderstandings with 6's rebuttals. Now let's see what you're cooking. But before we get into the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Over 70% of the people watching aren't subscribed. This displeases me.
Welcome to my world. I'm gonna actually start saying that on my videos because I don't really say that. I normally don't bust anyone's balls. I normally just do my own thing. I just give two shits, right? Because at the end of the day, I just enjoy doing this. I'm passionate about it. I love it. That's the only reason why. This isn't my main source of income. I don't even care for it to be my main source of income. Would that be nice? Would that be fantastic? Obviously, who wouldn't want to do that, right? But no matter what, I'm going to say that right now too. The same here, percentage and everything. So many of you motherfuckers that are watching my videos 24/7 and you are not subscribed. What are you doing? Like deadass, like what? Do I need to take like month breaks or 2 months breaks because you people just won't fucking sub and want to watch my shit? That's like me like fucking giving free food, bro. How the fuck does that help me, Come on, what we doing? That's some bullshit. Shit. I bet Ken could also go to his YouTube statistic and algorithm and see all these motherfuckers watching his shit and they're not subbed, Some bullshit. What's up with you people? That happens with everybody. I don't know why. That's what every fucking YouTuber too. You can be big, medium, small, or not even small. And everybody does that shit. It's like, bro. First, in my opinion, Ken, how the fuck do they even remember the YouTubers then, right? I gotta be subbed for me to even remember all these fucking YouTubers, you know what I mean? That's why I'm even subbed to most of the channels I'm subbed to, because I can't fucking remember. Or better yet, what they're probably doing is they're probably like writing down the YouTuber's name. Because they literally deadass don't want to sub. They're just writing their name down or somehow saving it in some way or taking a picture, and then they'll just go back to watch the videos, but not sub to them. Deadass. That's probably what they're fucking doing.
I personally have a rule where if I watch 3 of your videos within a week,
yeah,
then I'll just automatically sub to you.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
Clearly, there's something that's making me come back.
Yeah, it's some bull. At the end of the day, it's not the end of the world, guys. I'm not trying to be like, oh, fucking, boohoo, Cry Me River type guy right now. But at the end of the day, bro, you give these supporters some love. It's not, like I said, it's not even just for me. It's for everybody. Everybody deals with this issue. I'll never, ever understand it. If you watch the person's videos, give him the support and love and subscribe. Because, one, you'll get better videos if you do that, and more frequency uploads as well if you do that. So, I'm just saying it. And it's really stupid. That's like you literally getting food from somebody and not paying them money. That's just, come on. But anyways, let's get to the video.
Change this so we can make bad. What I mean to say is, your interaction with the channel helps me know what content you guys want to see. And if you're on TikTok, come on over to the YouTube channel where we have full videos and exclusive content. Link in the bio.
What the f is this nigga cooking? Who let this nigga cook?
Damn. Yo, Six is not happy with him, that's for sure. All right, here we go.
Why did this, bro? Who let this nigga get in the kitchen? Get him
Damn.
out the kitchen.
Damn.
I just need a.
This is the lamp.
Where's the lamp short?
Yeah. Oh my god, I can just feel the heat, Ken. I can feel it. The shit's about to get fucking spicy. I can feel his reciprocation to Six right now. It's coming. I can feel it.
This video just seems super biased.
What's that?
I think I saw Six's video on this.
Oh really? Oh my god.
Yeah.
The main problem with the video was that they were putting possible hyperbolic statements over feats. The reason they're doing this is because Minato and Tobirama are largely feetless or have very little feats. The only part of the video that everyone should agree with is the fact.
What do you mean by that?
I'll explain exactly what I meant by that. In the video, they used Raikage statements to put Minato over Tobirama. Here's an example.
I mean, you have the fourth Raikage say, I've never been able to imagine him being surpassed.
Yeah, they're like
anybody beating him.
There are multiple translations of that statement.
There's just
yeah, this is not like the original. It's different. Okay, so fuck me. We're gonna have to check that out too then. Okay, we'll start it here. The only reason why I know is because he's clearly doing time skips to all around or whatever. It's not starting from like beginning to end.
This video was kind of trash. I just got done watching the Minato versus Tobirama video by SWAGKAGE.
Okay, that's the first debunk I gotta do. Ken, be real, bro, because you know, at least I know you are, right? You know damn well. It don't matter who it is. It could be Swag, Six, whatever. If they're saying something that's bullshit, biased, or cap, we'd be the first ones to call that out, right? You know what I mean? And we're fans of whatever you name it. So let's be real. Like that Minato versus Tobirama video, that wasn't bad. That was a pretty good video, right? If you remember when you watched it.
It had a few bits of bias within it, but overall it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't that bad. People try and make it sound.
Yeah, like that's just, come on, bro. Like, and with the whole bias thing, like, I'll give that. Like, was there probably any form of bias in there? Sure, there probably was. But what I do remember from my reaction, by the way, if you guys don't know, I'll put that in the link in the description. What's it called? It was Water Pokemon versus Minato, and it just said reaction, whatever, to SWAGKAGE. So if you guys want to check that out, you can. But from my memory of reacting to that video, you name it, all the feats they provided and all the statements they provided literally correlated to their line of scaling of why Minato just fucking stomps Tobirama, right? I had no problems with it. It all made sense narratively, statements, and feats that they provided as well. So I don't see the problem at all. So when it comes to all that, for me, I think that's weird to say that's biased when they're just blatantly showing evidence in line of scaling for Minato. Now, if there could be ever moments where it's like, it's clear as day where there was some bias, which I wouldn't doubt that either. I just don't remember or recall. Then sure, whatever. But overall, to say like the entire video was or whatever, this and that, yada, like that's just really not the case at all. You know, like when it normally comes to Naruto videos, I can safely say when it comes to Swag and Seth that they are not biased YouTubers. Or like to just, you know, always be like, oh, this and this and this. For the most part. They can have their moments, but for the most part, they're not. So, and like I said, from me watching that video, it seemed fine to me. But whatever.
And it wasn't good. Now,
Definitely not trash either.
Start this video off by saying I enjoy his content. Same thing for Seth, but this video just seems super biased. The main problem with the video was that they were putting possible hyperbolic statements over feats. The reason they're doing this is because Minato and Tobirama are largely featless or have very little feats. The only part of the video that everyone should agree with is the fact that Minato...
And that's not true either. They have plenty of statements. Minato actually has a whole bunch of feats. Tobirama is the featless one, and he doesn't actually get feats until War Arc. So I could understand for Tobirama, but Minato, he actually has a lot of fucking feats. He has his Jonin feats, he has his Okage feats with the whole Obito shit, and then he has his War Arc feats further on. So, you know, and movie feats as well, if you want to count those. Minato has plenty of shit. So
is faster than Tobirama. He arrived to the battlefield first, plus Tobirama sorta admitted it. I say sorta because this could...
What's that?
He also sealed away the 9 tails when they were dead.
Yeah. Well, fucking dying. You know, even Kushina was over here fucking pulling some crazy ass shit while she's on her fucking deathbed and just get buried. So, like, I'm sorry, bro. Minato has plenty of fucking feats, while Tobirama, yes, is on the territory of basically featless. It's really all just nothing but statements for Tobirama, really. And his...
He has an anti-feat.
Yeah, anti-feats. Yeah, that's even worse. He has anti-feat, losing to Kin twice. And then now you have to play like the whole like can of worms game with that and either try to justify why or not. And then the only time we actually get feats is in the War Arc. And literally all the feats he does are meaningless because he's fighting someone that's clearly more powerful than him. And everybody tries to correlate that and say, oh, now Tobirama is 6 pass level in scaling, which is blatantly fucking dishonest and rowdy. So, like, I'm sorry, but, you know, just kind of putting that out there. And then another problem with this whole, like, they don't have any fucking feet or some bullshit, that's just dumb because Orochimaru is stated to be better than Tobirama. Minato is stated to be better than Tobirama. Everybody is always being fucking stated to surpass Tobirama in the things that he came up with. The only thing Tobirama was goated for was creating these broken-ass forbidden jutsus. And that's it. Even Naruto surpassed Tobirama, which fucking shadow clones. So, no matter what, like, you know, the narrative, all the shit that we do have, it just puts Tobirama in a really bad spot. That's what people don't understand. It's that fucking simple.
Well, the quickest way to deal with, like, Tobirama's, like, greater than, like, Jubito thing is like point out the fact that like Hashirama just admits inferiority.
Yeah, and we know Hashirama is stronger than Tobirama. Literally, like everybody ignores that. That's what I'm saying. There's so many statements and there's so many feats to where it's blatantly obvious, but people are dishonest. They I don't know why, but everyone wants to just be on this crazy Tobirama agenda, some rat fucking nonsense, or join the Noodles bandwagon, you know, or any other fucking Tobirama dick sucker out there. And it's just it's a waste of time. It's just fucking stupid. It doesn't make any sense. This is really dumb. And like Ken said, that's just one example. There's so much. That's one example of Tobirama just him saying to himself twice that like he's stronger than you, brother. And even if you absorbed all your clones and got all your chakra, he's still stronger than you, brother. Hashirama has always been shown to be stronger than Tobirama and Madara. So what? Are we saying now Tobirama is stronger than Hashirama and Madara now? Because he miraculously scales to 6-pass scaling or to Jubito? Like, that's just crazy. Like, there's so many contradictions. There's anti-feats. There's all this shit, whatever you name it. No matter what, it's just bullshit. Even the third Hokage is stated to be better than Tobirama. You know, in the data books you name it, why not? But even feats. Tobirama struggling to save Naruto. Hiruzen comes out of nowhere, spam pole, and saves Naruto effortlessly. You know, like, I'm sorry, but Tobirama looks fucking trash. That's just how it is. He's useful, I will say that. He is a good support character. You know what I mean? But no matter what, he's like kind of on the Sakura train, you know? He's not worthless, but he's useful as like a support type, you know? Well, everybody else is built like, I don't know, maybe I'll use an Overwatch analogy. Everyone else is built like a fucking tank or DPS, right? You know, he's just really a support guy. He just specializes in aiding people with what he can do and provide on the table. Not really him being that guy to do it all, right? Or just to be a monster or some crazy omnipotent being. You know, it's a joke. Anyways.
Could mean that Minato was simply better than Tobirama at using Flying Raijin, since he did just transport a giant Biju bomb with relative ease. I also wanted to be known.
Okay, so he's saying the whole statement with him being faster than Tobirama, you blah blah, is correlating to Flying Raijin, and it has to because Minato teleported a Biju bomb? How the fuck does that correlate to each other? That doesn't make any sense. Like, Minato gets there, whatever. Tobirama Hiruzen gets there, then Hashirama, and then Tobirama. Tobirama is dead ass last, by the way. But anyways, Tobirama says, wow, you're even faster than me at teleporting. Okay, whatever. And then here is further establishes that notion, like, Lord Forth, you're as fast as ever, whatnot. So everybody is basically just like, okay, he's that guy with speed, right? And then you have that. Then he says that has to be only talking about flying Raijin. That actually doesn't make any sense, because when you actually analyze the Edo feats, they actually both perform flying Raijin on an equal level. Both of them, by the way. 2, okay, the only thing that would actually make sense is body flicker, and body flicker is literally teleportation. And the reason why we know that's the case is because they all are trying to get to the battlefield as fast as possible. Like, they all just basically blatantly say we need to get there, right? Quick. They're all using body flicker because not all of them know flying Raijin. Otherwise, only Tobirama and Minato would be on the battlefield, basically, and all the others would still be way more behind. If they were actually using flying Raijin instead, it's a jutsu that transcends space and time itself. It's a speed hacks teleportation. You know, it's completely built different. It's way better than body flicker. So if they were using that, okay, that just wouldn't make any sense for all of them to basically arrive at the same time, and for Minato being the only one to get there a little bit more in advance, right? Like, that's just that makes no sense. That already is a problem. And then 2, we know it's more than likely correlating to fucking body flicker, because Minato literally has no marks on the battlefield. He has no kunines over there, whatever. So that means you basically got to say that Tobirama and Minato are throwing their shuriken as far as they can, spamming flying Raijin. And once again, if that was the case, Tobirama and Minato should have been there way ahead of the other Hokage then. And that wasn't the case. What?
And I started to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
That idea, if we know that Minato is able to teleport multiple people, so if he was doing that, don't you think he would take the rest of the Kage with him if he was that much better?
And that too. The fuck? You know what I mean? They could literally teleport multiple people. You name it, only Minato could do that because he has the QB shit and everything. So overall, it's just and not only that, if that was a flying Raijin thing or whatever, right? Fucking, Tobirama is super smart, and if he's seeing Minato is way ahead of them, and he just can't catch up, don't you think fucking somehow, some way, Tobirama would maybe be hey, if he's then again he has to be near him, so actually no, that wouldn't be a thing because for him to try to aid, but. At the end of the day, the most important factor is, bottom line is, Minato's just faster. It's just that fucking simple. You know what I mean? When it comes to the possibility of things, it's most definitely correlating to body flicker. That's the only thing that makes sense. You know what I mean? Flying Raijin doesn't. And we literally have all the feats where Tobirama can be helpful with flying Raijin, with the whole Jubito shit, you name it. Even Minato was as well. It's all the same shit. They literally perform equally with flying Raijin. Okay? And then Minato, he gets there way ahead of them, okay, using body flicker. They all were using basically body flicker. And like I said, there's just no evidence to suggest that it was bowling down and he's referring to flying Raijin. That just makes no sense. And then most importantly, the reason why we know it's body flicker is when he's literally running up and fucking getting out there, he's literally placing all his markers super fucking fast, you name it. And even Tobirama also acknowledges that. He's you place your markers really fucking fast. You're holy shit, you're no joke. And he doesn't use flying Raijin to do that. He just uses his body. You know what I mean? So it's at the end of the day, there's just no way this is primarily concerning flying Raijin only. That just makes no sense. And that's just what you're working with. It is what it is. As crazy as that sounds, and I don't know what else more really to fucking tell you. So it's just really stupid to say that it has to be flying Raijin or whatever, blah, blah. And literally his reasoning was because he teleported a tail beast bomb. That relevance doesn't make any fucking sense to me, but okay. And not only that, they were also not there when Minato did that. So that doesn't make any sense either. Just saying. They were not fucking there when he teleported away. Minato got there first, placed all his markers, teleported a Biju bomb, had a full conversation with Naruto, and then they get there. So that also doesn't make sense. You would have to prove that Tobirama saw Minato teleport a Biju bomb. But
known that I really don't have a horse in this race. I think it can go either way while they're in base, high diff of course, and with the 9 tails, I got Minato winning. But that's not
Also incorrect. Minato would slam him.
why we're here. Let's take a look at the moments where I think they're being a bit biased or just pushing a bullshit narrative.
And what I'll say, it's either low diff for Minato or mid diff if you want to be generous, because at the end of the day, Flying Raijin is fucking broken.
But before we get into the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Over 70% of the people watching aren't subscribed. This displeases me. Change this so we can make content. Link in the...
Yeah,
So like was stronger than recency bias, whatever. Maybe it's just recency bias, whatever. But Hiruzen thought that Minato was stronger than Hashirama.
Yeah,
So like for Hiruzen to be above Tobirama and for him to think like respect Minato to that degree, like it's just I don't know, not looking good for
yeah.
Now, they do this often throughout the vid. My question is, why would you use this as a point in your video if you yourself don't think it's true? You just said you don't think Minato is over Hashirama. As a matter of fact, we all know this. Yet, after you show this bullshit scan, you still say that it doesn't look good for Tobirama. Why? It's clear that this was based in pre-retcon nonsense where the 4th Hokage was seen as the strongest. And that's even if you see it like that. It's possible that he just...
Yeah.
Okay, so let's grant the idea that Minato isn't above Hashirama.
Yeah.
Like that just means that he was just like having a hard time like being like, I can't see who I would. He basically just admitted he doesn't know who he would pick to win that fight.
Mm.
So even if like Minato like loses to Hashirama, that should still mean he's like relative and still should beat Tobirama.
Yeah.
Like he's reading too much into it.
And then most importantly, like this whole thing, it's really not the end of the world. Like, I actually won't really nitpick this myself. Like, it is fair because at the end of the day, like, it is counterintuitive. It's like, if you're already saying you know whatever this and that, whatever, blah, blah, why even bringing this up? But, you know, so I get that. But what I will say in defense for Swag, because he didn't show this before, what was stated before, the whole reason of this happening was for him to show a narrative emphasis in comparison to Tobirama. And they were constantly showing and referencing how Minato is glorified and just like as some legendary, powerful shinobi over and over and over, okay, where he's just that guy, right? And it was basically just one simple notion that they were presenting, and this was another example to where Hiruzen, while in comparison to Hashirama and Tobirama, was more concerned with Minato being brought back. You know what I mean? And they're basically just trying to establish the whole point that Minato has always had a stronger narrative and light in comparison to Tobirama. That was their whole point. So no matter what, like, it is what it is. He's more like of hyper focusing on this area of the video to where he's thinking it's just primarily about the whole Hashirama thing. That's not really the main thing. If it's just that, that's fine. It's fair because it is counterintuitive, but there was more to that, and the context was there, and they talked all about it, and it was just one simple notion of Minato having a greater narrative analysis. That's all it was. Anyways.
just didn't want to fight 3 reanimated Hokage all at once. I could say more here, but let's move on. Exhibit B.
Tobirama doesn't have a way to actually use Tandem Paper Bomb while alive unless he just like summons an Edo mid-battle, which you'd probably have to go like grave robbing.
He runs to a graveyard.
But he just has the Flame Raging mark to it. Like,
Okay, whatever. So he does
marks
the
the
whole
local
thing.
graveyard.
He does the whole thing that Kabuto had to do to like demonstrate summoning a body to Obito. He does it in the middle of his fight with Minato.
This was outlandish behavior. Why would he have to do any of this? He's done reanimation jutsu before. He could just resummon the ninja that he has in his bag. What I'm saying is, once you summon the reanimation, you don't have to do any of these prerequisites. This is not headcanon. Now, I don't want to talk about whether or not if Tobirama can get it off, because that would require me to storyboard the fight, and I'm not trying to be biased like you guys, but I do think he can pull it off.
I like that he didn't actually prove that it's not headcanon. He just claimed that it is. Like,
yeah, he didn't prove, or he didn't show not a single form of evidence. So the reason why this also doesn't go through, and if anything, I could actually say this is biased in a way for Tobirama, okay, is there's actually plenty of evidence to prove that Tobirama can't do the Edos, that he do need to do prep. We actually do see that. Orochimaru was able to summon the Hokages as Edos, and then when basically he gets his arms back or whatever, he still needed Zetsus in order to bring them back. So therefore further proving that even though he has used these Edos before, he still had to prep for it. And Kabuto also, like they showed in the video, was clearly showing preparation steps in order to use Edo Tensei. You have to prep in order to use it. Now, if you've done the prep work, then yeah, absolutely, you could summon on the fly. Orochimaru has done it. Kabuto has done it. But with Tobirama, okay, he has no anything to indicate that he has any prep for some fodder-ass fucking shinobi that we don't know about, or whatever, blah, blah. And at the end of the day, like, this whole thing is stupid to even talk about, because even if, let's say, he did do that, right? Or let's say we even grant that he can summon Edo, or he can prep as well, whatever, some shit. He's gonna have a fodder-ass ninja, bro. A fodder-ass fucking Edo that is worse than Orochimaru's Edo Tensei, and the worst that we've seen for Orochimaru was the Edos he used against Hiruzen. They were severely fucking nerfed, okay? So, overall, like, if Tobirama has a worse Edos than that for scaling, and a fodder-ass Shinobi on top of it, that's irrelevant for fucking someone against Minato. Like, that's just, that can't even be used, right? Like, that's redundant. That's stupid. So, no matter what, this is just dumb. Like, this doesn't make sense, and no matter what, Tobirama would still have to prep for it. Even if he has used Edo Tensei, okay, and used whatever ninja, whatever, okay, after using that whatever and the jutsu goes away, he still has to prep for it. You know what I mean? Even Orochimaru, like, when he summoned those coffins and, like, the Edos were shown in it or whatever, like, he literally had to also even place a seal tag in them. You know what I mean? That is also another step he would have to do. So, I'm just saying, like, you would have to prove that Tobirama already has the Edo process done. You would also have to prove that the kunai would miraculously be in there as well. And you would also have to prove that the Edo's line of scaling could even be relevant enough for him to incorporate that infinite bomb technique. Like, no matter what, it's just fucking stupid, you know?
That's also ignoring the fact that Minato could just teleport the attack away.
That too!
Like, right on top of Tobirama.
You know? Or whatever, like, this is so, like, no matter what, it's dumb to even bring up. It's stupid.
Sip it, see.
Yeah,
It's
we
actually
can talk about Kinkaku, actually, by the way. Like, Kinkaku and Ginkaku. Okay, so Kinkaku and Ginkaku, who get dismissed and dealt with by Darui and Ino Shikacho, okay? Like, Kinkaku getting, like, you know, beat up by this, like, no-name guy, Kitsuchi, and who just gets, like, steamrolled, like, just rammed into by human boulder from Choji, and just, like,
Human boulder.
This is the nonsense I'm talking about. First of all, he's not accounting for the fact that they are reanimated, meaning that they're not at full strength. Also,
Oh my fucking god.
It's your favorite argument.
Oh my god, the most trash garbage argument, bro. It's stated verbatim, these Edos are close to their original power. If you look up the definition of close, that means they're not far, that means they're not medium away, they're not large, none of that bullshit. Close, that means they're like at 95% close to the original power, or 96, or 97, or 98, or whatever, okay? And that's blatantly proven and shown. We have all these other characters, you name it, that have all the feats, whatever you name it. Like, if they were all severely nerfed and weakened enough to the point, it would literally be counterintuitive, and there would be no point of using Edo Tensei because they would all just be getting fucking slammed and sealed instantaneously. Which was not the case, and it took for KCM Naruto to come in and save the day and backpack the war and allow them to all be sealed. So, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't make any sense. It's stated with, and we actually do have a form of quantification to a degree. Not an exact, but to where they are in power. And there you go. So that doesn't work as an excuse of why they're getting bullied by Choji, the Rock Dude, and eventually subdued by the Shinobi Alliance. It just goes to show that they're clearly not built that powerful. Okay? So, that's just, I'm sorry, that's a really garbage ass fucking excuse. I can't stand that shit. Cannot fucking stand it.
they were sealed, which is a form of hacks. And it wasn't just Ino Shikacho and Daru.
You have to scale to do that. That just shows Darui scales high enough to be able to seal whichever one was alive at the time. I don't remember. The fuck? Like, this man's basically saying that if you have sealing, oh, you win no matter what because of hack. Bitch, you have to be fast enough to use it.
You see, that's why Itachi three-eyed Yubi Madara because he has the Tosuka blade.
Yeah.
In normal way.
Some Gil argument right there, bro. Oh, because Itachi has a one-shot ceiling hacks technique, that means now he could beat anybody. Ishiki, whatever, blah, blah, because he has Like, is this guy stupid? You have to scale and be relevant in order to use your hacks, bro. The fact that Darui could do that just goes... Literally, like, come on. And then not only that, either Gin or Kin, I don't remember which one it was, is in his nine-tail state. So he has even all that fucking power and shit. Like, bro, like, there's no excuse here. There's no fucking excuse at all.
It was the fucking Ninja Alliance. Also, we're major.
It wasn't the... That's also incorrect, not the Ninja Alliance. Maybe, you know, maybe this is more of a nitpick, but it was only one platoon. It was one platoon in the area that had basically Darui, Choji's father, a bunch of other fodder ninja, and I think it was like some other person that was there. I just don't remember. But that was it. It was just one simple platoon. You know what I mean? And they were all together strong enough to subdue Kakazu, strong enough to subdue Kin and Gin, and also were able to somewhat do something to the ghetto statue, but then they all just get no diffed and bullied. You know what I mean? If you want to be generous, it was like low diff L to the ghetto statue. Other than that, bottom line is they were all clearly strong enough to literally obtain their W's, while the ghetto statue shut all that shit down. So all we really gather from that is clearly Kin and Gin are not about it, and for anyone else that lost, they're clearly not about it. And it is what it is. If you're trash, you're trash. It is what it is. You know? Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you, bro. Like, it's that simple. Like, it wasn't like Itachi or Nagato were there. It wasn't like Naruto or B were there. It wasn't like Kakashi or Guy were there. There was no major fucking factors there, and they're still losing. That just goes to show their line of fucking scaling. It's that fucking simple. Like,
downplaying the brothers here. The fourth Raikage thinks King
downplaying the brothers. Bro.
I don't see the brother being Islam. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, bro. At the end of the day, nobody's downplaying the brothers. If they're losing and struggling to all these side character ninjas, who wouldn't say their fucking ass? Like, I don't get it. Like, Darui, out of all fucking people, was able to speed blitz him twice, fight against him to a good degree or whatever. Other people were able to fight their strongest form, their V2 transformation. I don't know what to fucking tell you. It's not downplaying, it's just objectively analyzing the feats and all the stuff we have in front of us to conclude their line of scaling. Like, but I guess that's downplaying now. Okay.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a second. They lost to Inu, Shikucho, and Dark.
Literally!
Tools which were supposedly put you on, like, the level...
The Gokage? Yeah.
Parts of the Nine Tails.
Yeah. Like, better yet, 1010 was using their fucking ceiling tools, bro. 1010 was using that shit. Like, no matter what, they just don't scale as high as people fucking think. The only people that think Kin and Gin scale so high are rats or sophist fucking people, because once again, they want to support the whole notion that fucking Tobirama is a god. That's the only reason why people even gas up Kin and Gin for any reason, is because of Tobirama scaling. They're fucking dog shit. All the feats are there, all the evidence are there, whatever. And when Raikage is over here freaking out, okay, he's literally just freaking out and basically just being fucking like, it's more of like him being paranoid and over-exaggerating or being dramatic, right? It's more of a dramatic outlook that he's having, because once again, feats are greater than statements. It's that fucking simple. If the way the Raikage was defining these people was like if they really were like some Itachi or Nagato shit, or like fucking Naruto or B, right? You know, and that clearly wasn't the case, you know? So I don't care like what it is, but no matter what, they have their line of scaling. It's that fucking simple. And unfortunately, Tobirama lost to them twice. It is what it is, you know?
Unstoppable once he gets going. And that's just one brother. Let's remember, they killed the second Raikage. And when they fought Tobirama, they had 18 other highly skilled shinobi with them. But you know this, Seth, don't you? Exhibit D.
Wait. I don't get it. I don't get it.
He's trying to say that the people who would have been there with him that killed him would have been at Koski level.
Okay.
So like they're moving in slow motion compared to base Minato with no arms, all right? And then in the manga, 3 panels of time pass before Guy or Madara or the Truth-Seeking Orbs move at all. Like you see Minato appear, the Truth-Seeking Orbs touch his jacket, and then he's gone, and Guy still hasn't moved like relative to him at all. And that's in base. But like Tobirama's just faster, I guess, even though
Why is this being looked at as a speed feat when this is clearly hacks? Flying Raijin is not speed, people. The only person who should get credit in this scene is Rock Lee. Hit from the kunai in front of guys.
What's that?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Flying Raijin is speed.
Yeah, it's literally hack.
It's not travel
It's
speed, it's reaction speed.
it's Flying Raijin is hack speed. That's just what it is. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's on about.
Well, it's not. So I wouldn't put it in hacks. I mean, it's a hack ability, but it's reactive speed because he has to think to activate the technique.
Yeah.
So it goes off how fast he can react.
Yeah,
So that's
like,
just reaction speed.
well, yeah, with him activating the jutsu, but when he's talking about Flying Raijin itself, it's literally speed. It's a hack speed jutsu. It's just something that can alter between space and time, and it's instantaneous. It's a space-time ninjutsu. It's definitely a speed jutsu. It's literally teleportation and stated several fucking times.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what.
Well, because so the difference between how I'm looking at it and how you're looking at it is you're talking about like, I guess not even the difference. You're talking about like its ability to move you from one place to another. I'm talking about the ability to go from one location to another within the thought of it. So I'm not saying like getting from point A to B is the speed I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the fact that he was able to think to move to those locations that fast is the speed I'm referring to.
Yeah, and that's fine too. Now, if what I think he's trying to say, okay, and this would be correct in the sense that Minato's speed with his body is different compared to his Flying Raijin, that's more understandable because we have plenty of feats, even with Tobirama it's shown, with Minato it's shown, with Killer Bee, and other people as well, to where his Flying Raijin is super crazy quick and instantaneous, whatever, but the moment he's out of the Flying Raijin and in the area where he needs to be, where now he could try to use a Rasengan or a strike with his kunai, whatever the case may be, that speed is way more slower in comparison to where literally either his opponents can still react accordingly, okay, or or he would actually just get speed blitz. We've literally seen that. Madara does it. We've seen it with Killer Bee still being able to react to some degree, like, etc., etc. Raikage also fought Minato several times, it's stated. So, like, no matter what, like, there is a distinction between Minato and Tobirama's speed in their Flying Raijin. That is, so if he's going that's fine. But what he needs to understand is when Flying Raijin is active, once again, it's a space-time ninjutsu. Like when we see Minato use it in the Nine Tails attack, like Minato goes from using body flicker to save Naruto, right? And it looks like he used Flying Raijin, but he didn't. It's stated. Then Obito does like a 2-step plan, has paper bombs on the blanket, and is about to blow up Naruto, whatever. So now body flicker wouldn't even be enough, to where now he has to activate Flying Raijin, okay, to where now he's basically freezing time and space in a sense, like for a moment, to where he's able to move while his Flying Raijin's going off, by the way, take the blanket off, and then basically jump away out of the explosion. To where, like, basically when he's using Flying Raijin, it's like everything is freezing in a sense, because that's just how broken Flying Raijin is. And when he basically further, like, does things or whatever, like, that's just kind of how it's always being presented. Same thing with the 8th Gate Guy feat. When he's using Flying Raijin, okay, like, literally, he's, like, still moving, while everything else is looking like it's in slow motion and not moving at all. Moves, the orbs touch him, and he teleports out, whatever. So, like, what I will say is Minato has some relativity when it comes to, like, his Flying Raijin in a sense, because clearly he has to be able to, like, move while using it, you know what I mean? Because, like, if he's using Flying Raijin and moving while using it, that clearly goes to show he can move, right, to some degree. But at the end of the day, like, what we have overall in a general consensus is Flying Raijin is instantaneous. and it's way more greater than compared to him just using body flicker or him moving with his body alone. And his body has some form of relativity when he's utilizing Flying Raijin. And like Ken was saying, the fact that his brain, his synapses, can even process and think to activate whatever is also impressive as well. That's all you have with it. But let's hear why he thinks this is crazy or some shit.
Say before the orbs landed, all Minato had to do was activate an instant teleportation jutsu. Wow, that is so fast, bro. I'll give you a real speed feat. How about when Tobirama was able to react to Rinnegan Sage Mode Madara during their battle? Crazy how you guys don't mention this in this vid, but
He doesn't fucking... What the fuck? Kind of crack is this man on? He never reacts to Madara. He literally teleports, strikes at Madara. Madara dodges it, hits his arm, and so his attack's redundant. Then he does what Minato did, activates Flying Raijin, and is now at his blind spot about to pull like the Minato to Obito feat, right? And instead of that happening, the opposite happens and Madara no-diffs him. He never fucking reacts like with his body or like actually moving to like actually do something. Like I'll never understand why people lose their mind over the Tobirama and Madara scene. He literally goes to strike him, fails, misses, Madara reacts accordingly and deals with the attack effortlessly. Then he uses Flying Raijin that is over Madara. It's blatant, okay? To where he can now move so fast where he's behind him. And Madara's like, okay. And then Madara still is able to react to his blind spot and no-diff Tobirama. And it's also an off-screen scene from that point too. So we don't know what the fuck happened. But all we do know is Madara just no-diffed him and beat him, right? So for you to sit here and say that Tobirama reacted to Madara is like, it's just crazy. He activates Flying Raijin. The same shit Minato does. If Tobirama was that fast, guess what he would do? He, instead of him using Flying Raijin, he would also do what Madara did and just move his body. And, you know, react with his body. That is an actual reaction feat. To where clearly he has to use Flying Raijin to do some crazy hack speed, now move, get behind Madara, and Madara can still deal with it. Does that not like make sense, Ken, or am I going fucking crazy?
No, that makes sense. If he had the speed, then it felt like he wasn't aiming to like hit Madara at that point in time. And then Madara's just able to react to his Flying Raijin with like no diff.
Literally.
There's actually no point that I could like Tobirama like reacts to Madara.
He doesn't react. Yeah, he doesn't fucking react to Madara. Like that's just insane. You know, like, and then not only that, if you really want to egg this further on, okay, fucking Naruto with KCM2 only was able to actually speed blitz this Madara. Just put that out there. Sage Mode, Rinnegan, Madara. He was able to speed blitz him. Well, actually, no, I lied. He didn't have Rinnegan yet. What's it called? It was the same Madara that Tobirama was fighting. So, no matter what, like that just doesn't make any fucking sense. You know what I mean? Like, Naruto actually was successful and landed a hit, while Tobirama didn't. And guess what? Minato has the KCM as well. Literally stated to have the same power. Okay, you name it. So, you know, you do all that. There you go. You know, I'm just saying, you know. But either way, and I know that's KCM Minato, but I'm just saying that would also prove KCM Minato's over, even though there's people that don't believe even that. They even believe KCM Minato is also weaker than Tobirama. But base to base, that's completely understandable, whatever. But bottom line is, I'm just mainly attacking that point. Tobirama does not react to Madara. All he does is activate Flying Raijin after failing his first attack, okay, gets behind Madara, and then Madara literally fucking still no-diffs him off screen. That's all you have with the fight. So for him to literally, like, if you literally watch that scene that he just showed,
battle.
Like he didn't show the scene, he just shows the manga. The animated scene is even better. Like, it just shows it right there. Like, he Flying Raijin, okay, behind him, goes to strike, Madara dodges it, Flying Raijin attack, whatever, and then literally, like, hits his arm up, whatever. Then literally he goes to strike Tobirama, activates Flying Raijin, now he's behind, and then still no-diffs him. He no-diffs him while in this situation. Look at that shit. Like, he's above Madara, just like what Minato did to Obito with his Rising Dawn. And he could still no-diff and beat him. So all this proves, just like a Minato with the whole 8th gate guy scene, was if he's fast enough to think and activate Flying Raijin in order to react to Madara's attack, and Flying Raijin allows him to do this type of thing against Madara, but not his body itself. Because when he uses his body, Madara dodges and deals with it no diff effortlessly. Like, I don't understand why people don't understand. So basically, in a simple way to say this, Tobirama can spam Flying Raijin all day, every day, and sure, this alive Madara just can't fucking do it, right? Or whatever. And he actually has a Rinnegan. I lied. He wasn't blind, so my bad about that. What's it called? He could do that all day, every day, whatever. Cool. But the moment Tobirama goes to try to land an attack, because that's the problem, you could spam Flying Raijin all day, every day, and not be able to be touched, but that's counterintuitive if you can't do anything to your opponent, right? So he has to attack at some point, and if he fails to attack, that just further proves that Tobirama does not scale to fucking Madara. His Flying Raijin could be able to give Madara a run for his money, but that's it. And most importantly, that means Minato could also do the same. Instead, Minato actually does it, theoretically, to 8th gate guy, not theoretically, he does it to 8th gate guy who has 6-path scaling, by the way, and he also would Jubi Madara in the situation as well. So if anything, let's be real, if we actually analyze that, and I'm assuming you would agree, Ken, someone activating Flying Raijin on a caliber of 8th gate guy and Jubi Madara, I think that's way better than a live Rinnegan Madara. That's just me personally in comparison. You know, it's the same scene, the same emphasis, the same shit going on. But somehow this proves he's over Minato. It blows my fucking mind. I'm sorry. I'm so tired of this scene being shown or any of this reference because it makes no fucking sense at all.
Able to react to Rinnegan Sage Mode Madara during their battle. Crazy how you guys don't mention this in this vid, but Seth did in another. As a matter of fact, I'll let the Cypher Captain Nerd King explain this a bit further.
Hey, how you doing, Karma? So in the second Naruto data book, it's actually stated that the Flying Raijin technique is more similar to the summoning technique rather than the teleportation jutsu, so this wouldn't be movement speed in the first place. Now during the war, Naruto working together with Kurama is about the same speed as Minato during
I don't even know what the fuck he just talked about just now with the summoning, but I'm just gonna move on.
The beginning of the war because both were able to intercept Biju bombs. Seeing as the SWAGKAGE is closer to the speed of light and
Wait. Tobirama couldn't do that. The fuck is he talking about? If he's talking about like when Minato's over here using a ceiling barrier and then teleporting the Biju bombs, Tobirama never does anything like that. The only thing Tobirama ever reacts and touches was a Biju bomb that Jubito stick to Minato, and he teleports, touches it, and then teleports that away. But if he's talking about like what Minato did in the Nine Tails in the beginning of the war, that is not fucking true. I don't know what kind of crack he's smoking.
Was capable of going faster than him, he should be about 1.5 times faster than light, which would equalize to Minato. Obito is relative to Madara at this point, and he was able to speed blitzing Naruto in KCM1, so that makes him about 6.6 times faster than light, and this same Madara was capable of dodging Tobirama when he came out of the Flying Raijin. Minato also tried to hit a Jubidara after coming out of the Flying Raijin, but both had their own respective Sage modes, so they had their own 10 times amps. I'm going through all of this just to basically state that without the 10 times amps, Minato would also be dodged by the Madara that did not have Sage of Six Paths forms. So overall, by the narrative of the story, without the Flying Raijin, Minato and Tobirama are far more close than you think when it comes to combat speed. Thanks for having me on, Karma.
Exhibit E.
Like, he has one of the highest battle IQs in the series. So does Minato.
Yeah,
So,
literally. Literally.
Like, okay, so I'm not even going to attempt to, like, claim that Minato is, like, way smarter than Tobirama here, right? Because I don't have to do that. I don't have to prove that. I just have to prove that they're relative. I personally think that Minato probably is smarter than Tobirama and has, like, a better battle sense But again, I'm not gonna argue that because I don't have to prove it.
In this part of the video, they're saying that Minato was smarter than Tobirama, but that they didn't necessarily have to prove it. All they had to do was prove that he was relative. The problem with this is they use very mid showings of intelligence. Both of these feats were accomplished by less accomplished ninja. It didn't take long for Danzo's henchmen to figure out how Kamui works. And Kid Rock Lee figured out the exact same issue of Chidori that Minato saw, and with only one time seeing it. So none of these are really impressive. His only claim to fame is his test scores. Problem is, that's under Tobirama's curriculum. So let's not bloviate his intelligence to push narratives, okay? Let's just be honest. This would be a much better fight than you guys are leading on. And the problem is, I know you guys know this. Seth made a video saying that the second Hokage deserves more credit. It's almost as if he watched his own video and said, okay, how can I contradict every point I made? Literally, you can simply watch the video after this and it would seem like a damn debunk vid. There can be only one reason for such intense writing. You guys want Minato to win the top 99 poll, huh? I'm on to you, motherfuckers. It's either this or you guys just really hate Tobirama. I want to give a shout out to Captain Cold for helping me with this.
So that's actually, for once, he's finally actually saying something that's reasonable. When it comes to the whole, like, making things, creating and type of intelligence, absolutely goes in Tobirama's favor. When it comes to any, like, type of analysis, like, that is hard. Like, the best time Tobirama actually has some shine over Minato for once was when he immediately caught the whole Sage Mode weakness against Jubito, and Minato didn't. But then again, what you could argue for Minato is Minato around that time was mentally nerfed, and it's literally stated verbatim in the data books, you name it, etc., and even the anime and manga, that he was in a daze, and his mind is completely all over the fucking place, so he's like not focused, he's not fully concentrated, whatever. So with all that into consideration, you could basically say that that's why Minato also wasn't able to deduce or pick up on that, and he normally would have. And I'm gonna be honest, Minato is extremely fucking intelligent. He was able to create the Rising Gun on his own. He was able to learn Flying Raijin, okay, and all that shit, you name it. He was able to also master Sage Mode as well. He was able to have the best test scores out of anybody. Okay, like fucking instantaneously deduce Kamui and how to deal with it, whatever you name it. So like he does have a lot of impressive showings, and no matter what, like it doesn't take anyone to have, like, it's not rocket science. It's just blatantly obvious that Minato is extremely intelligent. Like, you know, we have plenty of characters that have impressive calibers. Kakashi, you name it. Tobirama is also one of them. He's also really smart. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Minato and Tobirama are either just equally smart, or you could actually technically give it more to Tobirama in the possibility realm of things, because he does eventually have a feat that does look more better than him, unfortunately. But then again, that's only if you think that was like guaranteed a concrete feat, and there is a possibility that that only happened because, let's be real, this would apply to any of us if we're not focused or comprehending, and our mentality or thought process is all over the place. Like, let's say I just like saw someone I loved that get fucking shot right in front of me, right? And something happens, like I might not even be focused. I might either be dazed or in shock or whatever, but who knows, you know? And I wouldn't be doing something in character that I would normally be able to do on the fly. So that's all I can really say. That's fine. That's actually not bad at all. Tobirama, he's just really fucking smart. But at the end of the day, they both don't really have a lot either, though. They really don't. I mean, we do know they're both super fucking smart, but when it comes to really comparing intelligence, that's hard. It's really fucking difficult. You know, it is what it is. But what do you think on that, Ken? You know, for once, I do like that he was kind of getting on all that, because I don't think Swag and Seth really, like, for one, they even said in the video like that they don't have to prove, they just want to prove that he's relative or whatever, blah blah, which they did do that, and that is true. They are relative, you know what I mean? Or for the most part, whatever. Both very intelligent characters, and there's only one moment where Tobirama could just look more better than Minato. But what do you think?
Well, honestly, if we're talking about battle, those are both.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Gotcha.
Because the stuff that they were bringing up and all that wasn't really like battle IQ stuff. It was more like, because what Tobirama has is he has the ability to create jutsu and all that, which is impressive. But that's not really necessarily like battle intelligence.
Well, he has battle. He demonstrates that too in the war against Jubito and everything. But I get what you're saying.
He's like able to like deduce the freaking orbs and all that. But I don't know. I feel like Minato, if he had, like you were saying, if you were paying attention, he probably would have been able to do something similar.
I do believe that too, yeah. And so meaning therefore just be back to the square one default, you know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think for the most part, I think they're just equal in a line of intelligence. Like maybe if you had to really pick and give an edge, Minato probably has it, but I feel like that could be stretching it. I do think that they're just fine there. Either they're relative or equal in that line of aspect. And whenever Tobirama's just showing overall, like he's a very intelligent person. Like it's just showing.
I'm fine with Road.
Yeah.
They both grew up during wars.
Yeah, you name it. So like that, at the end of the day, I think that's fine. But other than that, everything else I heard was just fucking outrageous, absolutely outrageous. So I'm actually gonna end this video here because it's 55 minutes long, guys. So make sure you leave a like and comment your thoughts down below and subscribe for more content. Subscribe, you guys, on the channel. And most importantly, since there's so many of you that are watching my videos and not subscribed, what are we doing? Make sure you're subscribed, support a brother, get all the love you can. And at the end of the day, let me know what you guys think. You know what I mean? I thought this was kind of bad and trash in my opinion. The only points that really were fine that I didn't really have that much of an issue was like the whole Minato over Hashirama thing and blah blah, like, you know, in a certain degree. And then that one with the intelligence shit, that was fine. But with everything else, like, it's ironic. Like, you can't sit here and bitch and say, oh, they're being biased, whatever, blah blah, all this other crazy shit, whatever, yada yada yada. Yet you're literally doing the same shit for Tobirama. Like, am I tripping on that kid? He was doing literally the same type of energy, but for Tobirama instead.
Yeah. Real fact, just for an example, that way people don't think we're tripping. He sits there and complains about the fact that they use Minato's flying Raijin as they like travel speed.
Yeah.
But then he goes and uses Tobirama's flying Raijin against Mothra.
Literally, it's the same shit. So no matter what, you guys take it at a grain of salt. You let me know. The next video that I'll record will be the debunk video for you guys. I just don't want to add that to here because this video is already as long as it is. So we'll leave it here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Batman out. Peace.